This video is brought to you by OneOdio.
Today, we've got a completely different beast to tackle, and it's different than everything we know so far, at least in the channel. This is not an in-ear, not half-in-ear, and not bone conduction earbuds, but rather they're open-ear, truly wireless earbud. Now, I know a lot of questions will pop up like how good it is for daily use or even sports. Will the noise bleed when you listen in a quiet room? And most importantly, how does it actually sound? Fear not, we'll go through everything in this video, so sit back, relax, and let's get started. Selamat pagi, good morning everyone, Kenneth here. Welcome to my showcase video for the OneOdio OpenRock Pro. I've tested these for the past, 2 months now, and I'll just say it right now, I am sold. OneOdio executed this so well that I kept on reaching out for it again and again. Anyway, you can buy these right now on Amazon, or if you are anywhere else in the world, you can go to their official site. All links are down in the description below. And also there you can find my full disclosure, which is my way of telling you that everything in this video is my own honest and real experience. But still, thank you OneOdio for sponsoring this video, and thanks to you all for watching and supporting the channel. Alright, not gonna keep you any longer, hit the thumbs up and let's talk about the pricing, because at $100 plus US, this ain't cheap. And if it was a normal in-ear buds, it will have to compete with a gazillion other great earbuds out there. But we're talking open ear design here. And I know there are a couple of models out there, but this is one of the smallest design in a truly wireless package, which gets very interesting. Now, like I said before, in this channel, we've only had in-ear earbuds and half-in-ear earbuds. Or to make it easy, we've had the AirPods Pro, which does noise cancellation with its silicone tips, or the regular AirPods, which does not have silicone tips, so it actually lets you hear what's around you. Similar idea to the open ear, but there's a problem. Without any silicone tips, these one-size hard plastic AirPods can only fit so much people. And as we know, everyone's ear shapes are different, even between left and right side of the same person like I do. Generally, half-in-ears tend to fall easier than those with silicone tips because this can somewhat be customized. And the problem with silicone tips? Some might find them to hurt. Enter the OpenRock Pro. Its true open ear design means it doesn't have anything to do with your ear canal, which means no pain or fit issues. You just wear the small ear hug that you can slightly bend and adjust to your comfort, and you can listen to music while being aware of what's around you like 100% normal. So to be honest with you, this experience alone is well worth the asking price because it is really amazing, and I'll get to it in a bit. But OneOdio makes sure that other qualities of the earbuds are good as well. And so hit the thumbs up if you're excited, and let's start with first and the most important aspect, the sound quality. Now, my reaction when I first listened to these, I said to myself, oh my god, that's nice. The bass, which was my biggest worry here, is really full and surprisingly strong. Vocals has good amount of body with a warmer character to it, but perhaps the most striking thing to me is sound staging, because unlike anything before, I felt how instruments are coming from outside of my head, which is what I really enjoy even today. Take Hall of Fame by The Script, for example. The piano at the beginning immediately envelopes you, followed by strings coming a bit to the middle, and finally, the vocals in the center. This kind of layering is something you don't naturally get with in-ear designs. And throughout the song, you'll continue to enjoy the backing vocals that sometimes felt like there's someone whispering right beside you. It's just a really cool trait and definitely one of the strongest points of the OpenRock Pro. Now, is there anything that you should be aware of? Actually, there is one. If you notice, I didn't mention treble at all because the sound you get out of these are pretty laid back. Like, there's very little difference between different hi-hat hits or the intricacies in different guitar sounds. Basically, micro details are not easily noticeable here. But to be honest, I just noticed that when I started comparing it to others, like the Soundpeats Air 3 Deluxe HS here. But we have to tread carefully because these are two different tools for different use cases. There's no wrong answer here. Yes, the Soundpeats is more detailed, but it has to be because it sits much closer halfway into the ear canal. It doesn't have to fight as much of the surrounding noise, while the OpenRock Pro is literally a small speaker beaming sound from outside of your ear. So if I have to pick, I personally will pick bass fullness over treble detail, especially in this form factor, because treble focus sound will be fatiguing very quickly, while strong bass just sounds fun. So what I wanted to say is, since these are not your regular half-in-ear, never mind in-ear earbuds, you might not get that much minute detail, but it's still plenty enjoyable for pop, EDM, heck, even rock songs, because don't forget, you get that super nice open soundstage I mentioned earlier. Now let's talk about volume and noise bleed, and I'm happy to report that loudness wise, it's about similar to what we usually get on regular half-in-ears. Like for example, the Soundpeats Air 3 Deluxe HS here is about 1 or 2 clicks louder, but that's because the sound has more treble boost, which is generally perceived louder. I would say 50% is plenty enough to be used inside a normal office room, 70% when you're out and about, perhaps 80%, 90% if you're in a very busy subway, but 100% is very loud for me personally, unless you're a maxed out volume guy, and maybe even 100% will not suit you here. But let's tackle the elephant in the room. This is an open-ear earbuds. What about using it in quiet places? Does the noise bleed? Well, I have to say you can do low volume listening around 25% max, but increase it any further and you might risk disturbing people around you. But keep in mind, this is in a very quiet environment. To tell you the truth though, this is still very good result, because you know, half-in-ears like this will be the same. Anyone beside you can hear what you're listening to about 50% in a quiet room, and when you go above 70%, anyone else can hear you anywhere. So to see that this open ear design does not cause any extra problems is really surprising, and huge kudos to the engineering team. Okay, I quickly want to talk about how this compares to bone conduction earbuds, because based on my first impression trying one of the most popular bone conduction brand out there, not gonna name any names, honestly, I'll pick the OpenRock Pro anytime. It's louder, still sounds more detailed, it has no annoying vibrations, especially at louder volumes, but I have to reserve my final verdict until I can get some bone conduction earbuds test myself. Okay, if you found this video helpful so far, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe and join in the cool tech and audio reviews coming in the future. With that said, let's move on and talk about the build quality. To keep it short and sweet, what I like about this OpenRock Pro is number one, the case. For an ear hook design, this case is very compact thanks to the Zippo lighter-like arrangement, even though flicking it open with one hand is a bit hard. But I digress. The lid clicks at the end to keep itself open, and taking the earbuds in and out is easy once you get used to it. There's a button for battery and pairing at the bottom, along with USB-C to charge. Then there's the color LED that indicates how much charge you have left in the case. And we're gonna talk about battery in a bit, but let's move on to the build quality of the earbuds now. The speaker holes are covered by this nice metal mesh, which makes for an IPX5 water-resistant rating, so sweat and light rain will be a non-issue. And there are a lot of bass ports here to move air, and the tech behind it is their own patent called Tube Bass, which I think is pretty cool. Now, the LED indicator is an arc on the outside, and it only lights up to show you if it's on or pairing, otherwise it stays off. I guess if there's one thing that I can nitpick, the buttons neither look or produce the most premium feel. It goes like click clack every time you press, but it does the job, and it is textured too, so it's dead easy to locate every single time. Now, moving on to controls, happy to say that we have full controls over everything. Play pause on single tap, volume on double tap, voice assistant on triple tap, and track controls on long hold. The taps are registered quickly, it is reliable. The only thing you should keep in mind is when changing volume, you will hear a slight clicking sound artifact, which is more noticeable the louder you play your music. And when I asked OneOdio about it, they say that this is normal and it is the chip balancing other performance parameters. Now, I was personally a bit surprised at first, but then again, this is our first take at open ear design, and why I think it really does the job is because when you listen across the sweet spot, around 30% to 70% volume, you get this full and uncompromised bass response, which is why you don't see me complaining about this. But if you ask me, I would love to see this get better over new generations to come. So definitely looking forward to that, OneOdio. Next up, I have something real impressive to share. I got these for almost 2 months ago at this point, and how many times have I charged this thing? Well, let me tell you, I charged it once. And right now I still have like 80% on the earbuds, but the case is completely finished. But just a moment ago, it is actually still blinking. So it tries its best to not completely drain itself, at least to turn the earbuds on and off, which is very important because for a lot of earbuds, a dead case means you have to turn on the earbuds manually or you have to charge the case before you can use these earbuds. But let's talk about that battery longevity. Sure, I didn't use this a lot in my second month, but in the first month, I don't think I could do any heavier use case. I listened to music, did a ton of online meetings, I wear it almost all day long and completely forgot that I'm wearing it unless I got a phone call and then suddenly the person talks to my ear. This speaks a lot about the comfort and battery life. It's just crazy. The official numbers are 19 hours at 70% volume with AAC for every earbuds charge. But if that's not insane enough, you get 2.5 more charges inside the case. It's really not a surprise that you could go up to a month without charging it, but still, it felt insane in daily use. So much so, you'll never have to think about if you have enough battery. Finally, let's talk about some small things that you might want to know before we close the video with the mic test. Firstly, the color options. I know that my silver unit here is quite flashy, but these are designed to reflect light when you're running, cycling, or just walking outside when the sky is dark. And as for connectivity, these support SBC, AAC, and regular aptX codec. Just expect 1 to 2 hours less battery life when you're on aptX, and unfortunately, this does not have multi-point connection, otherwise it would be perfect. Anyway, I would also like to mention that during my use in the second month, I especially noticed that there are some audio cuts when I put my phone inside my pocket, but it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe that's because the shopping mall I was passing through had a particularly heavy wireless interference, but it's something worth noting anyway. And as far as the latency is concerned, these have perfect sync for watching videos, so never an issue there. And microphone-wise, they are surprisingly good. All right, welcome everyone to the indoor microphone test. What do you think of the sound quality? We are now with the OpenRock Pro from OneOdio, and I have to say, in this indoor environment with relatively quiet situation, nothing really is going on, I found it to be perfect. Like, it's really nice. I've used it for countless online meetings at this point, and no one ever complained to me about how I sound. So that speaks volume as to how good the microphone is. And let's test out the limits of its noise cancellation capabilities as we bring it outside to the street. Let's go. All right, so welcome to the outdoor call test, everyone. And wow, the road is very noisy today. Just now, like a garbage truck passed through. So what do you think of the sound quality? Sorry for my bad here. And I don't bring my glasses here, but actually, this earbuds, I'm sorry if the mic is here, but they have this like a little bit smaller shape to accommodate that when you're wearing glasses, so it doesn't interfere with your glasses. I think that's a really good point. So that's pretty much it for the sound quality and microphone test. Actually, you know what? Let's compare it to the AirPods Pro right here as the benchmark of my test, just like what I do with any other videos, and we'll see how it performs. Right, so here we are with the AirPods Pro 2 now, and what do you think of the sound quality? How does it compare? And what I noticed now is, due to the open ear design of the OpenRock Pro, I just noticed for the first time ever that this road is very noisy. So much so I cannot even focus on what to say to you. I think the OpenRock Pro, I just listened to the recording a little bit there, did a very good job of canceling out all those noise that I cannot even cancel myself with my own brain, which is funny, but yeah, that's pretty good. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Here's 2 more videos for you to check out, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time.